everyone, so how do you become more confident? Well, today's video we're going to talk about 3 tips to get more confidence in your speech, maybe in your presentation skills, or maybe even just in communicating your thoughts with others. Now, too often, many people ask me, say, Jedi, how can you coach me to become more confident? I'm a kind of like introvert, I don't dare to speak up in groups. Maybe I'm really afraid to step out and to share my thoughts. How do I get more confidence? Well, the secret really lies in one thing. First, we need to understand where we are and where we want to be. And we want to remove all the sacred cows over there, because too often people say that, extroverted people are more confident, introverted people are not confident. In fact, that is a myth. Myself, I'm an introvert, right? But one thing I love to do, I love to teach, I love to coach, I love to inspire people, and I love to get the message out. I never started off being, confident. People think that I'm confident in terms of what they see, but what they don't realize is the inner work that's happening on the inside. So today I'm going to share with you guys some tips, some practical examples, and I hope this will truly inspire you. So whether you are a youth, maybe you are someone who's starting out in your journey as a public speaker, or maybe perhaps you are a leader or a coach who's just trying to find your own voice. This is a series where I call Brave Your Story, and I'm really excited because I'm in the midst of preparing my own a new book on braving your story. Because I truly believe one thing, that every one of us have a story to tell, right? And a story worth to tell. You have a voice on the inside of you that's beautiful. Never let others say that your voice is horrible or you're terrible. Always know that one thing, that you have a gift on the inside of you, and that is something beautiful. So we're going to start first with the 3 tips of being more confident. First, let's consider a few thoughts here. Are we confident in our skills and what we do, or do we lack confidence in our skills and what we do? Notice this. Are we confident in our skills and what we do, or do we lack confidence in our skills and what we do? Number 2, through what lens do we see ourselves with? And number 3, how do we measure up? Do we measure ourselves against others or self? And are we comparing or in competition? Are we comparing or being in competition? So this is something for us to consider first before we jump into those 3 tips of becoming more confident. How do we actually build that up? First is to first understand where we're coming from. That's the intention. Because sometimes if we don't understand where that's coming from, the sense of wanting to be more confident, we're not able then to switch. I've seen some individuals when they go from confidence to becoming so prideful or becoming really egocentric. That's not where we want to be. Now, courageous confidence is what we really want. In the face of fear, in the face of the valley of the shadow of death, you want to be able to say, hey, you know what? Doesn't matter what comes against me. You know what? I know I can face, because I have the courage, I have the strength, and I have the confident expectation that all will be well. And that's what hope really is. Hope is the confident expectation of good that we can't see yet, but we know good is going to come. And that's why we look forward. Okay, now I'm going to share with you 3 powerful tips that will really, really, truly revolutionize the way you think about confidence. Tip number 1, it's practice your craft with reflection. Practice your craft with reflection. Now, what do we mean by that? Now, too often, when we kind of practice our craft, our skills, maybe you want to become a better singer, you want to become a better speaker, or maybe you want to perform your piano, or maybe your guitar, or maybe you want to do a speech, you want to tell a story, or you want to communicate better. You want to be able to do one thing. Practice your craft with reflection. Now, I've often heard this said, that people say practice makes perfect. Well, practice do not necessarily makes perfect. You might be perfectly wrong, maybe perfectly right? So practice makes permanence. That's what I often say. Practice makes permanence. So what we want to do is that as we reflect on our practice, we want to make micro adjustments so that we refine our craft. And when we refine our craft, we become more precise in our skill sets, we become more accurate, we become more confident and more competent. Competence comes. The higher the level of competence, the higher the level of confidence. But the downside also happens, because when your competence is so high, you might be overly confident of your skill, and as such, you allow You allow the trap of ego and pride to seep in, and that's when we might miss things out. That's when we become overconfident, right? So we don't want to be in a stage of overconfidence, but we want it to be a place of courageous confidence. So the first stage is this: practice your craft with reflection. Reflect upon your craft. How are you doing right now? Have a little journal and to kind of measure where you right now, how would you like to develop further, and where would you like to go forward. Have an accountability buddy with you and say, hey, you know, my friend, my partner, can you be an accountability buddy? You know, I'm trying to work on my craft here, maybe my speech, maybe my singing, maybe my voice, and I really want someone to hold me accountable, right? And then after that, reflect, do some videos, do some recordings of yourselves, and then take a moment to say, hey, what is one thing I can improve on this? Work on it, do it again, work on it, do it again, work on it, do it again. Now, when we are reflecting as well, the secret tip is don't try to do so many things. Don't try to correct so many things. Focus on what is one thing that you can improve that can help you drastically improve. Then move forward. That's tip number one. Tip number two, find your model. Find your model, the code of genius. Now, when you think about the space of competence that you want to develop in, whether it's a skill set, maybe it's a mindset, or maybe something else, find a model that's out there. It could be a leader, maybe it could be a renowned person, a celebrity, or someone, or maybe someone that you look up to who has achieved that. Something similar. Might not be exactly the same, but who has a quality they're looking for. So, for example, say I want to have a better composition, or I want to have a better charisma or authenticity in my speech. Maybe someone I'm looking up to is maybe former President Obama. I like his demeanor, I like his cadence, I like his style, I like the way he articulates. Can I model him? Yes. So look for a model that you truly admire, maybe one or two different models, and extract out what are some of the patterns. What made them the genius of the field? What made them great in your own lens, right? So identify that. Oh, but what did he do, right? So when I think about Obama, I always know this, right? He takes his time. He takes his moment to pause on key ideas and key thoughts. He's never in a rush, but yet there are moments where the cadence picks up, but he is always very precise. And the intonation has always an element of congruence with his own body language. When he pauses, when he turns, right, and the intonation drops, there's a weightiness to his voice. So when I look at him, I said, okay, can I model that, right? Now, then we begin to kind of do the process of modeling by saying, hey, I like that, I like that. Can I bring that in? Can I enhance my own repertoire of my skill sets? Then that's how I begin to develop myself as an individual by modeling another person. That's tip number two. Now, tip number three, it's as if, the mirror exercise. So as if it's a really powerful thing that you can do. As if you are that better version of yourself, look yourself in the mirror and see what you see, hear what you hear, and feel what you feel, and step in. I say that again. Look yourself in the mirror as if you are that person that you want to be, right? Full of confidence, full of charisma, full of articulation, maybe full of courage in the face of trial. Maybe you want to become someone who, you don't care what people say about you. You're just having that confident courage, and maybe, as an introvert, you want to be able to speak up. Okay, see yourself as if you are that person. Step in, see what you see, hear what you hear, and feel what you feel, and step in. And look yourself in the mirror and talk to yourself and say, hey, you are more than enough. You are the courageous one. You are that person. And begin to let the energy rise up. You see, too often many people just hide in their own little rooms and just think it over. No, I want you to be able to do it. I want you to be able to step in and feel it. I want you to feel the energy rising up, because the only way for you to experience confidence is an energy. Confidence is an energy. So you want to step into the energy. You want to step into that place of confidence as if you are. Seize that moment, right, and experience that. And you begin to rise. You begin to raise the level of your courage as you step in, as if you are. So there you have 3 powerful tips that you could practice your craft with reflection, find your model, the code of genius, as if the mirror exercise. These 3 powerful tips will truly transform you to become more confident. Now, I want you to try this out. Don't just watch this as another video. I want you to try this out in the practical sense. Try it in your own space and share with me your thoughts about what has happened for you after you tried it out in the comment section below. Now, if you're stuck in any stage, let me know your thoughts. Let me know what is really holding you back. What are some challenges that you face while trying to implement some of these tips? Now, if you like this video, give us a thumbs up, share this with your friend, and consider subscribing to Coaching Changes Lives. And until next time, this is Jedi here at Coaching Changes Lives. I'll see you guys really soon.